0.6?
Well, a little in between, but much closer to yours. It's on at 1,395,000.
Wow, that's a lot of house.
It's a lot of ground.
Well, it's a lot to take in, and I haven't shown you everything. So you do go and explore. You can start off with the garden, and then I'll meet you out the front.
Thank you. See you later.
Take a trail of breadcrumbs, just in case you get lost in the forest.
Thank you.
Well, I don't quite know what to make, because in some sense, I think it's almost too much. Too much land, too big a room, too much. It's overwhelming them. And in the other sense, I think they're being a bit polite, that maybe they're not quite loving it as much as they're.
Bears are no strangers to Hampshire, as Luke's mother lives here and Rachel grew up here. Rachel is keen to show Luke the town of Alresford that she remembers visiting as a
As you can see, we're in Osselbury, beautiful country place in Hampshire, and we've been farming alpacas for just over a year now.
So you should encourage people like us to get alpacas.
That's right, yeah, absolutely. They're very easy to keep. I mean, it's a tablespoonful of their vitamins a day mixed in with a haylage of some type.
Alpacas originate in Peru and are found across South America, where they graze high up in the Andes. They're bred primarily for their soft wool, which is considered to be on a par with cashmere, and an alpaca fleece can sell for between 40 and 60 pounds. Time for city dwellers Luke and Rachel to find out if they like alpacas as they get up close and personal.
So will they just continually eat all day, or do they know when they're full?
No, they graze all day long. This is a treat, the pellets, but yeah, they graze all day long.
Okay. You're more confident than I am. I would never have that few because I'd be worried that they take my fun, but they're very gentle, aren't they?
They are very gentle.
They've only got teeth on the bottom. It's just a hard gum along the top.
Oh, amazing.
And we do have to trim their teeth when they're being shorn. He'll cut their toenails and he'll grind their teeth down if they get too long. So look, obviously they are natural grazers, but you will need to come and visit them at least, once a day to feed them.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that my mother's going to come and live with us.
All right.
We haven't let her know yet that she might be sort of alpaca sitting.
Oh, right. Cool.
For large parts of the week.
Looks like Rachel has conquered her fear of alpacas, and owning a herd could help them unwind after a stressful day's work.
Are you still persuaded, or are you dissuaded, Rachel?
They're not scary at all. They're much smaller than I thought they would be, and they've just got the cutest faces.
Brilliant.
So I think, I would seriously consider it.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, well, that's good then.
What about you?
Oh,
are you off?
Oh, I'm considered already.
Are you?
Thank you. It's a lovely place.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much,
Lovely
Derek.
to meet you.
It's been fabulous.
You're welcome.
It's been great.
Nice to see you, Rachel.
Thank you very much indeed.
It's back to the business of finding a home for Luke and Rachel. As they're after a quiet spot, we are heading to the tiny village of East Dean. As they still need to commute to London for work, it's a great choice, as it's only 12 miles to Salisbury, which has excellent rail links to London. Our buyers want to escape the noise and pressure of city living, and it doesn't get more peaceful than East Dean, where there are no shops, just the ancient church of St Winfrith's, and one pub should they need a watering hole.
Okay. Different kettle of fish here.
Very different.
Much quieter.
Yeah.
Much quieter.
Beautiful, yeah. Lovely entrance as you came through. I love it.
So let me tell you a little bit about the history. This is by far the oldest property. This is an 18th century cottage. You can see where the chimney would have been the end of the original cottage. And then from the chimney left would have been a barn. So this is a cottage and barn conversion. And I know that's not what you put top of your list, but nonetheless we brought you here because we think this is actually a super property.
Yeah, it looks beautiful from the outside.
But I'll let you be the judge of that, as you walk around.
Lovely.
So far so good on the outside, but they might be in for a bit of a shock on the inside.
Come on in. To another kitchen diner.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Nice. Interesting. Beams.
Beams.
Beams, not our favourite.
I think I said definite no-no.
How are you feeling about them now you're standing underneath them?
A little bit tall.
It's high enough.
It's a nice
You wouldn't-
kitchen though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The thing about the beams is that actually a lot of it's psychological, because I'm pretty tall and there's no way, even if I jumped, that I was going to bang my head on these beams. If you painted these all a nice kind of sort of bleached out chalky white, you would immediately feel that they were about a foot higher.
Lighter.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
What about in terms of the space? Because you've got the same sort of layout of a kitchen diner.
It's got a much more cottagey feel about it, but you've still got the entertaining area. You can still have your drinks and talk to people while you're cooking. So I don't have a problem with the layout.
Well, it's absolutely what we didn't want, but I'm kind of liking it.
Yes.
I need to see more of the house, but I love the approach. I love the look of the house, and this feels okay.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does.
It's hearty
Keep us-
Christmases.
keep us cosy.
around the table. Yeah.
Well, if you want hearty Christmases,
Right.
Downstairs there's a handy utility area, and there's also a cosy family room.
No low ceilings here.
no low ceilings, but still some beams.
Still some beams.
This was where I was thinking you could have a good family Christmas.
Oh yes. Yeah. We like staircases, and we've got two here.
You've got two very dramatic. You can
Yes.
make, when all your guests are assembled here, you can both come down either side.
Different ones, yeah. And it's beautiful on a summer's day like this, but it would really work in the winter as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm picturing like a big Christmas
Yes.
party with children, and imagine the games of sardines you could play in this house.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's definitely right.
Before we look upstairs, one more room.
Off this grand reception, I think there's a room that might be ideal for Luke's mum.
Tiny little room here at the end.
Oh yeah, right.
Fabulous
That's
room.
a big room
It's
too.
a big room, isn't it?
Yeah, that's super, actually.
Now, there are options in this house for Mama. This might be one of them.
Yes, this would work very well if we could get a little bed-sitting room and an ensuite somewhere.
The space would certainly work for her very well indeed.
Yep.
Okay, that leaves you lots of choice upstairs.
Great.
There's certainly warming to this place, so I'm hoping the first floor will deliver, providing they don't mind the odd beam or two.
Here is, well, this is their master bedroom.
Lovely. Very nice.
Beam.
There's a beam.
Beam right
Just
above
a
my
single
bed.
beam. Yeah, a
I
beam.
think that one would definitely have to be painted white.
Yes. Yeah,
But
wonderful.
I think that would be doable.
And they've got a lot of storage. You've got a sort of walk-in dressing room there and
Oh,
a big
lovely.
ensuite.
This is
Beautiful.
very cute.
Yeah.
This is for all my clothes.
All your clothes.
Oh wow.
And then
Another.
Oh, fabulous. Views over the garden as well.
views everywhere.
Oh,
No one
lovely
can
views
overview.
out. Yeah.
Oh, that is absolutely
Isn't that great?
gorgeous
Yeah.
on all sides. And you've got a shower. for
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's a lovely bath, isn't it? It's really, I can't remember the last time I saw a bathroom with double aspect.
No, exactly. So you can look out both sides and it makes it so lovely and light. No, I definitely spend many hours soaking in there.
Lovely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Very nice.
On the far side of the galleried landing, there's a country house-style guest bedroom with its own ensuite, and a further 3 bedrooms with bright interiors. There's also a family bathroom with whitewashed floorboards. Outside, there's an expansive garden which runs down to the River Dun, and a further 2 acres of private woodland beyond.
I can see some fabulous garden parties
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'd lose a few people, I suspect.
into the stream.
And into the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fabulous.
All the best
Lovely.
garden parties end in the woods.
There's some great trees. Great mature trees.
And some nice new planting as well, which will be
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger as you live here. If you live here, if you buy it, which of course is dependent on the price.
I'm going to go for 1.45, I think.
I think it's less than that. I think I'm going to go 1.15.
Well, yet again, it's somewhere in between. And once again, it's close to you. It's actually on the market for 1.2.
Wow, that's a great price.
Lovely. So wander around the house, have a look around the grounds, and then, as usual, we'll meet at the front.
Super.
Thank you. See you
Great,
later.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful property, and it offers them a lot of entertaining space. I'm not entirely convinced that Rachel likes it. I think we've got Luke, but I think Rachel...
As the day closes over Hampshire, our buyers have the time to consider the properties they've already seen and anticipate what the mystery house might have in store. Lawyers Luke and Rachel want to escape the big smoke of London and find themselves a rural idyll in Hampshire. With a budget of £1.5 million available, we've certainly toyed with their wish list.
Absolutely what we didn't want. But I'm kind of liking it.
But there's plenty more surprises in store when they come face to face with the mystery house.
That is not what I was expecting.
No, not at all.
Early morning, day 2, and we've been thinking about acreage, because I think we might have been showing properties with just a little too much land. There was definitely a flicker of panic in Rachel's eyes when I said there was 10 acres attached to the first house. And even though Farmer Luke, I think, has visions of going fishing and playing golf on his lawn, Rachel's a bit more level-headed and realistic. And I think, actually, they probably want something a bit more compact. So for the mystery house, we've reined things in, gone a little bit smaller, and retreated from the wilds of the countryside. So let's see how they like that. So another day. Have you slept on the houses from yesterday? How are you feeling about those?
We had lots of discussions overnight.
Discussions? What sort of discussions?